morning. I quite often am asked or told about frustrations with getting past gatekeepers. Now, what do I mean by gatekeeper? Well, it might be a secretary or a receptionist or a junior colleague of the person that you'd really like to talk to. And of course, these people are in a position and are asked to be in a position where they screen who's going to get through to the more senior members of staff. And of course, that's a way of protecting those people so that they can get on with their day-to-day work. I expect you've experienced it yourself. You probably get inundated with emails from people that you don't really want to talk to. And there are situations when you are exactly that person. So there is a skill involved in getting past that gatekeeper. And of course, there's a danger that we are on our own agenda so much that we just are asking for what we want so that we can get to where we want to be, and not really thinking about this person is a person. Now, there are a couple of things you can do to help you get past the gatekeeper. And that's the first one is perhaps to ask their opinion about how you might go about sharing what you've got to say with someone else in the organisation. Maybe who is it that I should be talking to? What's their opinion about how things are done currently in the organisation? How do you think the organisation might benefit? It's actually giving value to the opinion of the person and not treating them like they're a nobody who knows nothing. Very often these people are in a position to really have their ear to the ground about what is going on in the business, and they won't always be being asked. Make friends with them, and they may well be quite motivated to help you get through to the person you'd like to speak to. Now, I can tell you a story about this. Back in the day, I was a sales rep, and I was, needless to say, given a target list of people I was meant to speak to. And in those organisations, it was often the most difficult person that was on my list. And there were people who would regularly see me, but not necessarily the person that was on my list. Now, in fact, what I did, I had good relationships with the gatekeepers, and I would go in and go, well, I've got a bit of a problem here because they've gone and put Mr. Williams on my list. And you know, and I know, that Mr. Williams absolutely hates seeing reps, and I don't stand a cat in hell's chance of doing so. Guess what happened? I shared that problem, and funny enough, very often they found a way to get Mr. Williams to let me see them. I shared the problem. So that's all part of it. I treated them with respect as a real human being and included them in the situation I was in. I'm sure you've all witnessed situations where the gatekeeper is actually treated like a nobody. Just remember, they're a person too. So my challenge to you today is to think of an organisation you'd really like to get through to the right person, and you've never managed to do so successfully, and forget about that right person and start making friends of their gatekeeper instead.